for? Let's see who's here. Hello, hello. Hello, Haiti. As you are connecting, type where you are and share with me at what stage of a relationship you are. Are you single? Are you partnered? We're going to talk about why you don't ask somebody out. And if you're in a relationship, you could use this as an analogy for why you don't break up the real conversations you want to have, right? Those are very similar neural pathways. And I'll introduce myself in a moment. And hello to you. Just let me know when you arrive. I can say hello to you. I love seeing people's names. Everything that we're sharing here comes from a few different schools of thoughts and knowledge. So you're going to see throughout our time together, and we'll do these calls now every Tuesday. Wherever you are in the world, this is the time that we're going to be meeting every Tuesday. But you will see that I'll invite you to share. I'll invite you to think of a situation. I'll invite you to write down. And that is not just for my own entertainment. When I ask you to take action and type in the chat or stand up from your chair or stretch, those things are such that you involve multiple parts of you. Okay, hello, Martin. So when you're engaging in the chat, you're telling your brain, hey, like this is important. Like, let's activate this. Let's focus here. When I move my body, when I breathe intentionally, I'm telling all the scattered parts of me to come here and be together. And so everything that we uncovered in these conversations, they will sink in deeper because you're engaging the whole of you and your attention is not in the 15 tabs that you have open. It's not in like seeking mode. Yes, we're here because we're seeking knowledge, we're seeking new ways of approaching our love life, but we also need to source those inner resources to create your particular love life, right? I'm an expert in relationships and you are the expert in your life. So hello, Susan. Hello, Suma. I see hello, Marcia. Hoping to fall back as Lieb. Sweet. And, I invite you guys to really, if you aren't already, right? If you're not driving or if you're not doing anything that would be dangerous for you, to close your eyes and make sure that you have both your feet on the floor. Maybe that's going to put our friend here to sleep, but I invite you to just take a moment to breathe. Yeah, and breathe normally. And the only thing that I like to do with my breath is to make sure that we're exhaling longer than we are inhaling. Yeah, so in whichever moment and pace that you inhale, just make sure your exhale is longer. And we just do a couple more of these, and you inhale and exhale for longer than you inhale. And you can start and notice how your scattered soul, mind, heart starts zoning in where you are. Yeah. And so now that you are here, now that you found yourself here, maybe you've RSVP'd for this conversation weeks ago, maybe you just decided to join. I see some of you are seeing friends here that you haven't seen in a while. Maybe you just clicked this link as somebody sent you. Maybe it just popped on your screen and you got here. Something got you here. And I want us to bring that to your attention before. So, yes, we have a theme for this conversation, and the theme is why don't you ask somebody out? Or why don't you ask some people out? Why don't you have some conversations that you want to have with your partner if you're here coming from a relationship perspective? The bigger theme is what is blocking your self expression? And so, when we think about this theme, in order to verbalize your reason for being here, I want you to take a moment and consider, why does this matter to you now? Right? So maybe you don't know why you clicked this, maybe you don't know why you're here. Why is this important to you? What do you want to discover in this session? Because your framing will direct your sight. Okay? So our brain is great at following orders. If I don't give my brain an order right now to find meaning, to find an answer to a specific question that I have, the brain is going to go into automatic and it's going to keep doing whatever it does. So I want you to find consciously, what do you want to walk away with from this call? And so just type in the chat, take a moment to consider, well, I am single and I don't reach out to people. Or I feel anxious in dating. Or I want to be able to be myself fully. Yeah, like, why are you here? What do you want to get out of this time together? If in the next 30 minutes we could deliver the most valuable thing to you, what would that be? Would that be confidence? Would that be clarity? Would that be coherence in your words? Would that be peacefulness in connection? And other things can emerge from that. So my intention is not to exclude all the other wonderful things that you might get. It's to narrow down so that you walk away with at least one. And for those of you that just arrived, welcome. My name is Eloa. I am a dating coach, relationship expert, and I've been working and studying these themes for the last 13 years. Mostly because my marriage collapsed 13 years ago, and I divorced a man that I was crazily in love with at one point in my early 20s. And it sent me on a curiosity path of, how do I make this work in the future? If somebody were to ever propose to me again, how could I trust myself to say yes? So even though I have studied and worked with thousands of people by this point, studied with relationship experts in context with thousands of people, and then coached so many other people, I am on my own learning journey. And I have been. So when I talk to you, or when I invite you to have a conversation about why don't you ask somebody out, that hesitation in your self expression is a hesitation that I experience still in different areas of my life, that I get coaching from, that I get training on.